Wood Raven Johnson, ATL native, high school player of the year, max prep player of the year, four-time high school state champion.
You were an underclassman. Did you ever think you would every day your role?
No, absolutely not. When I first came in, I know I had Aaliyah Boston, I had Zaya Cook, I had Henny. Henny was a leader, Bree Bill, all of them. And honestly, I was with those freshmen.
Let's go.
I was pain in the butt. Honestly, I was pain in the butt, but I never would have thought I would have been a leader and like using my voice.
Pop out, yeah, I'm the main top pick. If you beefing with G, then you know it's gonna be when I was.
There's a lot of memories. Playing with them, I remember my first time hitting the court. I was nervous. I saw the fans and I was like, Jesus, this is what women's basketball is about. Like, it just sucks. I mean, I hate losing.
Two-time Miss Georgia basketball, the first girl to ever play in Iverson Challenge, McDonald's All-American, two-time NCAA women's basketball champion, four-time Final Four appearance, SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and most importantly,
if you beefing with G, then you know it's gonna be.
Raven Johnson is a winner. She makes plays, winning plays, and she did that tonight. Sealed the deal with the free throws. Just proud of her. And I'll say this: she's probably the one that I'll miss the most out of all the players that I've coached. Wow, for real, right?
Tuning in to the crew and you.
Sundays and Wednesdays, yeah, 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it the right way.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't know I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No.
You've been doing that boy. And so look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
Can you imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your boy G. As y'all can see, man, I am by my lonesome right now, man. But we will have Corey from the crew and you on. The OG is at home resting. And so we want to say, what's up to everybody out there, man? My dog, Charles Little John, which is the OG himself, man. He said, what up, fellas? Y'all know what it is. Hump day! All right. Hey, my man said, kudos. Nice job. Well done for the opening. I don't know if you all seen it. The opening of this show, man. We gave our Atlanta native, Hollywood Raven Johnson, her just due, her last game in South Carolina. And so OG appreciated it, man. So my dog Kamarier Wright, what's up, my dog? Said, what up, my people? Dub Fat Sack, man, welcome on, big homie. And Rodney Littlejohn, man, he says hump day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, I appreciate everybody out there that's rocking with us. Everybody out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Remember when you come to the channel, man, tell a friend, bring a friend. And when you come, don't come by yourself. This is episode 60, season 6, man. We're going to talk a little bit today. We got a couple topics, man, that we're going to jump into that I'm excited about, man. My OG brought up some great topics, man, that for us to jump into, man. So we're going to talk today. Lavonte David, man, the great Tampa Bay Buccaneers linebacker has decided to hang up his cleats, man. And I want to get you all's opinion, of course, about is he Hall of Fame or just Hall of Very Good? So we'll talk about that. Also, man, um, Joe Burrow playing in flag football. I want to get you all's opinion on that, man. Is it worth the risk of allowing your quarterback to play? And if it was your quarterback, your franchise quarterback for your team, would you want him participating in these off the field events outside of the season? All right, we'll talk about that, and then we will jump into a little bit of Tiger Woods came back after being off a year after a couple surgeries he had. Man, I believe he had it was his back. Um, so yeah, collapsed lumbar disc in his back, man. Had surgery just a year ago. On that, he had actually had twice in 13 months. He had that same surgery, and of course, recovering from his ACL as well. So we'll talk about all those things and more because y'all know what we do, man. On the barbershop, we talk about it all, man. So uh, before we get started, before we do anything, man, we have to jump into our wonderful sponsor, man, Cooking Dad Drink Reviews. Cooking Dad.
You know, everybody drink responsible.
You won't want to take the opinion of a stranger. That type of advice is just not for you, because you're at that time of the day where you don't want to waste your money, and your plan is to throw back a shot or two. You're not necessarily an alcohol person, and picking out a brand is fairly new. If you want something to go with your burger, possibly a steak, then check out Cooking Dad's Drink Reviews. Remember, drink responsibly and click that subscribe too, and go with the one the crew and you trust. Cooking Dad's Drink Reviews.
Thank you, Cooking Dad Drink Reviews, for being a wonderful sponsor of our segment number one. All right, man. So, fellas, let's talk, man. Let's chop it up. Let's get into some great conversation about Lavonte David. And if you don't know, man, Lavonte David was a linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Played a very, very long time. Pee Wee said, man, he's still out there grinding, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you tuning in, man. While you grinding, make sure you play the music, play it loud so everybody can hear what you play, what you listening to, man. So, but Lavonte David, man, was a great, great linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for many, many years. Number 54 for the Buccaneers. Um, Super Bowl champion. Has a nice resume, but I will say, man, he doesn't get the recognition of a lot of um, the great linebackers that are out there playing. I mean, you hear a lot about Bobby Ingram. You hear a lot about um, Fred Warner's. You heard a lot about um, Patrick McQueen's and um, uh, Al Shazier from Houston. So you hear about all these linebackers that are out there, but you don't never hear anything about Lavonte David, man. So he has a resume that can rival a lot of people out there. I just want to know you all's opinion, man. How do y'all feel about him retiring, first of all, and how do you feel about his chances of being a Hall of Famer? You know, that's what these players want, man. After having a long career like they did, they want to be able to. They want to be able to. Sorry about that, y'all. You hear that noise on the back? Um. So yeah, do you think that he has the opportunity to be a Hall of Famer, man? When you've played that long, that's the next step for somebody with at his caliber. Um, so what I can do is pull up his stats for you all, so we can kind of do some kind of comparison, so y'all can get a good glimpse of what he's done over his entire career. All right, if I can spell the name right. Uh, there we go, Lavonte David. He's 36 years old. 14 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Uh, the like I said, he's a uh, the Super Bowl champion, first team All Pro, one first team All Pro, two second team All Pros, Pro Bowl one time. All right, 1,716 tackles, 42 sacks, 14 interceptions for a linebacker. That's pretty good. 3 defensive touchdowns. All right, so that is his stat line for his career. Y'all tell me your thoughts on that, man. Is this Hall of Fame worthy? And I will pull up a couple other guys who have made it into the Hall of Fame just to do a comparison on these numbers, man. All right. So y'all give me your take on that. Is this Hall of Fame worthy? Oh, James Littlejohn's quick. No Hall of Fame for that. That's not enough for you, huh? 14-7. That's a good average. I guess we played 13 seasons, right? 14 seasons, so 14 interceptions a year for a linebacker. Not bad, not bad. So Kamari said that ain't bad. That's a good average. All right. Let's see. And I'm gonna compare him to some of the greats, so I can get a good synopsis of what he brought to the linebacker core. But I think his stats alone probably doesn't woo a lot of people, but his leadership, he's one of them guys that you never hear anything from off the field. He's there, the locker room leader for the Tampa Bay Bucks on the defensive side of the ball for a long time as well. I think he's done everything right. And there we go. OG says, man, he will go into the Hall. Everybody just don't know much about him. Compare him to this era is only fair. That's a great point, Kamarie. That's a great point. Let me see. Leaders. Let's see. All right, let's do it like that then, Kamarie. I like that. I like that. All right, let's see. Linebacker leaders and over the last, let's say, 10 years. All right. Bobby Wagner is one of the top tacklers over the last decade, and he has 850 tackles. 850 tackles. All right. This is from like 2015 to 2025. Lavonte David ranked second in that. And Luke Kuechly was up there, though retired. He's in that top 10. Fred Warner, Demario Davis, Roquan Smith is up there as well with only 7 years. Let's see. And it looks like, did I just read? I just read that he had more. So that's just in the last 10 years. So he has a better, let's say, tackle ratio than a Bobby Wagner, man. And do you consider Bobby Wagner a Hall of Famer when he retires? And like OG said, people just don't know about Lavonte David because, like I said, he's in Tampa Bay. He's quiet, but he's just a constant professional for the Tampa Bay Bucks. So, how do you feel about that now, Kamarie, seeing where he lines up with the linebackers in this era now? Okay. Yeah. So he's up there, man. He's behind Bobby Wagner in the last 10 years, right? But he is 10 games behind Bobby Wagner as well. Okay, 29 and a half sacks, and that's I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Lavonte David, I do feel like he is up there. I feel like he's up there, man. I feel like he has a resume that speaks to Hall of Fame, not just Hall of Good. So what do you think out there, uh, Rodney and my dog Fat Sack, Dub Fat Sack? Talk to me, man. Lavonte David. So with these numbers, man, with and what he does, Le, Levante David, man, he's in your division. You've seen him twice a year, every year for the last 10, 13 years. 14 years he's been in the league. What do you think of Dub? Don't know much about him? Okay, okay. All right, all right. I think, like I said, man, his numbers speak for itself. He has great numbers. He's not a woo you type dude. But if you watch the Tampa Bay defense and you watch the linebacker play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you see him making majority of the tackles, especially from that position, man. He's a sideline to sideline type running linebacker. He's a once he hits you, you will go down. He doesn't miss very many tackles. Like I said, he's just a solid linebacker for your core, man. He's been, like I said, he's been the staple of that middle of that field, man. I think he's the Mike on that defense as well, man. So he calls the plays as well. So Levante, he's a jack of all trades, man, and I think he does a heck of a job over there. OG says he's only one of two players, along with Ray Lewis, to have 1,500 plus tackles, 40 plus sacks, and 10 plus interceptions since 1994. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, that is something. I did not know that. Um, and I know. Let me say the what's his name is he might not be short anymore, but Bobby Wagner is hot, on that trail. I think he has 10 interceptions. I think he might be missing a couple sacks. I think right here it says he's at 30 sacks, and I'm sure that's probably changed over the years, but he's at 1,522 combined tackles as well. So he's going to be up there. He's going to be the third person eventually to reach that milestone, OG. But that's a great stat. That's a great stat that you put out there, OG. Mm, okay. Yeah, Hall of Famer, OG. I'm with you, bro. I think I'm in agreement with you, man. I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer. Definitely a Hall of Famer. Um, I do have a saying for qualifications into my Hall of Fame, and that is, if I had to think and wonder if you should go, then you're not in. That is a normally, dog. That is a great sign of somebody not getting in, man. That's a great qualification. I can see why you would say that. I would see why you say that, man. Let's welcome our other co-host, man, to the show, Decatur's. Whoa, now, man, forgot the time. He's over there asleep. He over
I
there
was.
he still got the saliva coming down over there. Well, yeah, yeah.
Man,
Welcome on, my dog.
what's up, y'all? Golly. My bad, brother. My bad.
You are good, bro. You are good, man.
That what happen when you don't go to work. I apologize again, man. Where you at with it, man?
We were just talking about Lavonte David retiring. And so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, great linebacker, number 54. You all have played him twice a year for the last 14 years, man.
Thanks.
Tell me your thoughts on him him retiring, and is he Hall of Fame worthy, or is he just Hall of Good? So that's our conversation.
Okay. Respect to Lavonte David, like you said, two times a season. Been a nuisance to us for a nice little while. Great competitor, great defensive guy. I'm thinking about your question as I'm saying this, because listen, he's in my division.
Before you even answer, 'Cause I want. Let me give you a couple of stats. OG put some out here for us. He's one of only 2 players that right now who have 1,500 combined tackles, 40 sacks, and 10 interceptions since 1994. And the other person is Ray Lewis. There's another guy who's right on his tail, and that is Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is like 5 or 6 maybe interceptions away from being in that same sentence with Ray Lewis and Lavonte David.
And he has 2 championships.
He has one.
Two.
Yeah,
There's one.
He has one. With
He has
Brady,
one. Okay,
with Brady. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought he had 2. So he wasn't there when Chucky was there.
He wasn't there when Chucky was there. Yeah.
Not bad stats, considering Ray Lewis did it 10 years ago. And you just well, I mean, that's not bad. If you put it that way, that's not bad. I liked when they make the comparison like that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you just didn't hear him like you heard Ray. And then to play in the division that he's played in for this long, that doesn't get a whole lot of respect in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy to do, but I'm just gonna go with in the hallway right now, not in the Hall of Fame.
Ooh, in the hallway.
I'm thinking that they're not going to give him the respect that he deserves because of the division that he was in. Yeah, that's. I apologize if those who don't agree with me say differently, but
our other co-host doesn't agree with you.
Okay.
He says, but just because you don't know much about them does not mean they do not qualify.
That's facts.
Mm-hmm. So
he said, Kamari, he said, I started the show with hate. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So okay, so let me throw a curveball at you.
Okay.
If he were a Falcon with these same stats, does it, because it's the same division. I'm just putting him in at the same division, or a Saint.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have those same stats, because I ain't gonna lie to you, he probably got a bunch for us. He probably got a bunch from the Saints. That's two per, and probably in the last 10 years after Cam, probably got a lot going on. In terms of, I ain't saying stat pattern. I'm just saying he got a lot of stats from the 3 teams that he was competing against. That's 3 teams right there, 2 times a season, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And all 3 of us, we hadn't been crap. We've been crap the whole time. At least the past 8 years, with the exception of his team, who's been pretty steady. But if you're getting these stats on teams like mine the past 8-9 years, you probably did do well.
Doesn't this go to the same, I guess, stat or numbers that you always talk about when you say you still got to make the shot? Yeah, it's a lot of shots, but you still got to make it. You still going against professional players. So doesn't he still have to go and read these plays out? He still has to go shed blocks, and he still has to go make that man with the ball come to the ground.
It's easier. You're easier when you're dealing with my team. It's easier when you're dealing with this division like that he's playing against. And like I said, I may just be reaching here. I may just be giving out a little bit of hate because I don't want to see him do well. I'm not saying that because because he's in a division like mine, but I just don't. I can't give him the respect that's needed here because of the division that he's played in. And listen, this could very much well go back to a player that plays for the Falcons. Now we don't have anybody like that, but I have to be honest with it. It weighs that way.
I think
I'm not comparison on my own team, OG. I'm just saying because he's playing in the worst division in football.
But aren't y'all just the worst division now? Like y'all, the Saints were good since 2013. They were good when they had Drew Brees. They were, matter of fact, not just good. They were a top NFC team with a top offense in that for a very long time with Drew Brees. And the Falcons as well with Matt Ryan. Y'all were a top NFL offensive team.
I'm just going with you said. Okay, when did Lavonte come into the league?
He's been there 14 years. He's been there 14 years. So you got to think that's 2012.
Just take the last 10 seasons. That's what I'm saying. Just take the last 10 seasons. Like I said, we hadn't been to the playoffs. This will be going into 10 seasons. All right. Drew Brees has been gone now 10. How long has Drew Brees been gone now?
Drew was probably been gone what 7 seasons now?
Has it been? Is because he just did he?
He I know he was there like in 19 or 18. Like
okay, all right, and then okay. Let's say 7 or 8. All right, I know we're guessing right now. Y'all help us out, TCY family. Same way with how long the Carolina Panthers been down. They probably been down a little bit longer than we have. I'm just going with even if I just go with 8 to 9 seasons.
He retired in 21.
Drew Brees,
yeah.
Okay, well, take them out then.
Okay, all right.
Drew Brees been gone. Okay, how long Brady been gone?
Brady? Oh, you mean?
Remember? Well, let me see. They only had how many? They had 2, 3 good seasons with Brady, or 2?
Yeah, 2. They had 3 by 3. Yeah, they was in the playoffs every year. He was there.
They've always been in the playoffs, so I'm not counting them.
But you're talking about against your teams.
Against
so let's
team,
when did Matt Ryan leave you all?
Matt has been gone now from the Falcons. I want to say 7 seasons. He's been gone.
So okay, so we're in that 10 year mark where you all were good offensively.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So if Lavonte is doing this against really top tier offenses, which you all were a top tier offense, I don't know, man. I think you're down. I think you're downplaying what that division was at a time. Like maybe defensive wise, y'all wasn't great, but offensively, y'all had 2 of the top offenses in the league for quite some time over there, right?
Keep it funky. Had you ever given the NFC South that kind of respect?
As far as offensively, yes.
Defensively,
defensively, I didn't. Y'all wasn't doing anything defense. Y'all were the 2025 Dallas Cowboys. You put a lot of points up on offense and can't stop nobody on defense.
That's a good way of putting it. Okay. So our Super Bowl season was probably our best in terms of offense. Like we all know, because we made it to the Super Bowl. We made it to the playoffs. A few seasons. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just not getting that warm and fuzzy when I say his name.
That's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Maybe.
I think that's what it is. I think he's not getting, like you said, and I started off the show like because he's not a big name but he's been a top linebacker in the league for 13 years, 14 years. But just because he's a stand-up guy, he doesn't get in any trouble. He's not in the limelight, but he is that leader for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and has been for all those times, man. He, like I said, he's the mic for them. He's the one who calls the plays. He's the one who leads them out the locker room. He's the one who he does all that for them.
He's our Jesse Tucker.
He's your Jesse Tucker. He's your Jesse Tucker.
Right, but Jesse's not in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Jesse was an awesome Atlanta Falcon. You know what I mean? Jesse was defense. It was a defensive extraordinaire. But
I think Jesse, and I hate to cut you off, but I apologize.
No.
Jesse just came in a bad era. There were so many great linebackers when he played. He kind of got not overlooked, but it was just so hard for him to get in because there were so many great linebackers when he was playing. But if you look at his numbers and stuff and the body of work that Jesse Tucker has, I think Jesse has a Hall of Fame resume. He just was going in at the wrong time. You know what I mean?
Okay, so who's pushing him out? Well, okay, what about John Abraham? He's not in the Hall of Fame. John Abraham,
Abraham.
Yeah. Remember him?
That he was DN, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying he's on our defense. I mean, he was, no.
I don't think he was Hall of Fame worthy though.
Okay, I'm just saying he was a good Falcon.
He was a good. It was a good Falcon. Yeah, it was a good Falcon, but not Hall of Fame worthy. OG said no chip for Jesse. Y'all always say that makes a difference.
I know you hate that we do this, but it does. It does. Now, let me ask you this: were you leaning that way for Lavonte?
I think Lavonte is the Hall of Famer. Yeah, I think he is. Even before you're playing, you don't play 14 years at linebacker in the NFL without being a Hall of Famer.
Okay, what about Jesse? I'm sorry. What about Grady Jarrett, our defensive tackle that played with us?
I think Grady. I think Grady is, and I don't know Lavonte's first ballot, but I think Grady Jarrett can eventually get in. I think he has the attribute to get into a Hall of Fame. I think he's done enough at his position to be a Hall of Famer. If he would have been on a championship winning team, I don't think it'll be any issue with Grady Jarrett being there. Yeah, absolutely. I think Grady Jarrett has had that type of career.
So are we in the same boat with these guys here, like for him? Or like, so I know you guys were using Ray as the blueprint here, but I guess I'm just trying to kind of do the comparison, like you were saying. Ray is the exception. You know what I mean?
We was doing. Actually, we started off. OG brought up Ray, and and that they were the only two to be, at those numbers, those stats. But I brought up Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, I got respect for Bob.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer to you?
Man.
Lavonte David is right there with
Bobby
Wagner.
Okay.
For tackles, for interceptions. I think, matter of fact, he has more interceptions than Bobby does.
So I ain't gonna lie to you. When I think Bobby Wagner, I think Legion of Boom. During them boom days, that was when I was a fan. I know he's gone. Good.
What happened?
Oh, I thought you smelling smoke or something. You start looking crazy. Okay. And I know you had your dogs. Y'all.
They laying outside the door.
Okay. I know you like what that is. Okay. But yeah, I think that Legion of Boom days is my Bobby Wagner days. And I know he's gone to 2 teams since then, possibly 3.
Yeah. He went from Seattle to I think just 2, right? He went from Seattle to Commanders,
and now and I think he went.
He's still with the Commanders.
I thought he went to the Rams and then came back.
Bobby Wagner.
Help me out. I may be wrong. I thought he went somewhere else and came back, but you might be right. Okay, well then 2 teams. If not 3, then 2.
The Rams might be in there. I'm picturing him at the Rams too, and he might have been at the Rams before he went to the Commanders.
I thought that's where.
So he left Seattle and went to his division rival.
I've seen him before.
I've seen him before. Yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah, especially when you're hurt. Yeah. Nevertheless, that's when I see Bobby. I'm not saying he's not the same player, but I see Bobby as that Legion of Boom guy.
Okay.
And we all understand that he was, trying to follow. He's following his old coach. That's how he got the job that he got now, following his old defensive coach. Yeah. Let me see. It said Bobby Wagner has played for 3 NFL teams across 14 seasons: Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Rams, and Washington.
Okay.
So okay. Appreciate that, Kamari. So if you make that comparison, Bobby is a good blueprint to have. So if you do that, then yes. If you follow, so you like you saying, Bobby is first ballot to you.
First, I think Bobby is. I think Fred Warner is.
Ooh. Okay.
You know, and you got Bobby Wagner, you got Lavonte David, you got Fred Warner.
All right, I'll follow you then. Okay.
All right, well, great conversation, bro. Great
Yeah,
conversation, man.
I'm reluctant to to buy a ticket to the Hawks.
But we sold. We selling you over here, man.
You got me.
Okay. We pulling
So
you
look,
in.
so OG, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say here. So he gonna sit at a different table then. Because at first I had, like you heard me, I had him in the hallway. When he walked in with these guys, he wasn't going. But he got to sit down now. Y'all sold me on it.
I love
Welcome
it, man.
to the hall.
I love it. And let's stick in football, man, and NFL, and you know, Joe Burrow is out here playing flag football, and I want to get your thoughts on Joe Burrow playing flag football, and do you think it's okay for a NFL quarterback to be out there playing in a flag football, and what does that mean for the player and the NFL itself, man? And would you be okay if it was your franchise quarterback out there playing in a flag football league? In the
play.
offseason? Okay.
Yeah, play. You need time. You need, for my quarterbacks, you need time. Yeah, if this helps with your timing.
Mm-hmm. If Joe Burrow was your quarterback,
sure, play.
Okay.
Play. You're not getting tackled. You know what I mean? You're not getting. I'm not saying be discriminative about how you play. This is flag football. I know you're not playing for a championship, but if this keeps you loose in the offseason, if this gives you that competitive help that you need a little bit, down. And I know Joe is a good quarterback, but I don't have a problem with flag football.
You're not getting hit. You're not running around. None of that.
I know some things can happen. I know ACL tears. Lately we've been talking about Achilles, stuff like that. I know it's possible. But I don't see it being a problem if it gives you workout. If we consider it like workout, straight. You got a problem with that?
I don't want to see my quarterback. I don't want to see Dak Prescott out there throwing that ball around. I would rather see my quarterback in the Dak yard throwing the ball to his receivers, getting that cohesiveness with his receivers, rather than
whoa,
what?
I heard
OG couldn't stand it, boy. He could not stand. He could not stand it with you. Man, let's welcome the OG of the crew, man. Doggo OG, let's go, Lady Gamecocks. My dog, Chuck Little John.
All right, here we go.
Brody, what's up, man? You supposed to be resting, bro.
What you doing here, man? What you doing here?
I couldn't take it. Corey out here throwing these Willie Nigga statements.
What?
So I want to step back a minute. Hey, everybody out there, I appreciate y'all doing.
Don't talk to him.
I want to step back a minute. So what did you say about Bobby Wagner? Corey, what was your statement about Bobby Wagner?
Hold on. Is he from South Carolina? Before you come defending this dude, where he from? Is he from Spartanburg or something? Yeah, you know where he's from. I know.
I'm serious. I don't know where he's from.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know where.
I had to ask that question. No, I said his days of greatness for me were the Legion of Boom days. That's all I was saying. Okay. I didn't say anything bad about Bobby. And that was the part that sold me. Why you coming on the show when you should be chilling? What are you about to say?
I'm just trying to get some clarification.
His Commander days are not what sold me. If that's what you coming on to talk about.
No. That's not what I'm coming here to say what sold him. But see, it's the fact that because he was on Legion of Boom. Yeah. And Legion of Boom was recognized like they were. That's why you're so more familiar with Bobby Wagner that you are the Lavonte David, even though Lavonte David was in your conference. That's why you're not giving Lavonte David the props you should have been giving. All because of Legion of Boom. But the name and the team, that name that's given to your team should not mean that you outweigh somebody else from going into the Hall.
Why not? That's what he sold me on. Why I can't use it?
But I mean, but what did that? I mean, we just talked about, y'all something. Sometimes y'all talk about stats, sometimes you don't.
And my initial. Go ahead.
So how many? And then you made another statement saying that Lavonte David can't sit at the table. So how many championships does Bobby Wagner
have? All I said was the weight of his conference leaned heavy on me. That's what I was saying, because I didn't go in saying he was Hall of Fame. I said before he was in the Hall. I wasn't giving him that. G convinced me that I should against the comparison of two great players of Fred Warner and Bobby Wagner. So I'm just saying if these two guys are coming in with the same stats as Lavonte, I couldn't hate that longer anymore. And I'm like, okay, you know what? If he's with these two guys, and he also has a championship, he got one. And you know me, I lean heavy on that too.
So does Lavonte David have a championship?
Yeah, he got one.
Okay.
You came on here with your boxing gloves on. You ain't even listen to me.
I did listen to you.
Okay.
And I also said I heard you make a statement about sitting at the table. So who you talking about sitting at the table?
Well,
who can't sit at the same table?
I'm saying, I'm always an advocate of where you sit. I am. This right here gets you in a different. Have I not?
Bobby Wagner and Lavonte David go.
Bobby got two. He got one.
He got two.
How many does Bobby have? He went.
I think Bobby got one.
Got one.
Yeah, he got one with the Rams.
So then he got two. Then he got one with the Legion of Boom.
I thought he got one with Legion Boom. I didn't know he had one with the Rams.
Oh no, he don't have one with the Rams. He got one with Legion of Boom, so he only got one.
Yeah,
he got one. So each of these guys, does Fred Warner got one, right? No,
Fred don't have any.
Fred don't have one. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Now the conversation becomes pretty interesting.
No. Listen,
I
will put your ass out. I don't have a problem with that. I only put him in because of Mr. Star on the helmet over there.
No. But what I'm asking you is,
you asking me.
You made a statement about table. So who can sit at what table between these two?
So Fred might
keep rubbing your hands now.
I'm thinking, man. I lean heavily on hardware. I've been the same for a long time. I know you've been giving me a whole lot of junk behind and G. I lean heavily on this.
Okay.
I will tell Fred, hey man, me and OG, we're gonna go in and we're gonna see if you can sit with us. But if you're not coming if you don't have the accessories on, you may have to sit back in the back.
So my last question, we can move on from this. So can Lavonte David and Bobby Wagner sit at the same table?
I think so. From what y'all were describing as the same type of stats. Though my opinion stated that he didn't play in a tougher division like Bobby. I know this is my division. My division has been lower than y'all's for a while now. Even though G said that we put up points, the Falcons put up points during the Matt Ryan era. Though the Saints put up points during the era, Drew Brees era.
Mm-hmm. Drew Brees.
But that's when I asked you this. I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked G. Has the NFC South ever put fear on you, on your team?
But the thing is, to me, Corey, we're not talking about fear.
Me?
We're talking about this guy has to make these plays. He got to make these 1,500 tackles. I don't care who he playing against. It's it's the NFL. You can
Hold
say
up.
what you want to. And
Hold
then secondly, you have to compare to what kind of defensive line he had to keep people from getting off of him. Was it great in Tampa Bay? Probably not all the time. So he's still making these tackles.
You can make that tackle against a Falcons team. You can make that tackle against a Carolina team. Sometimes, I ain't saying every year, but we've been consistent enough to give stats out, especially my last 8 seasons.
This is an excellent point that Kamari just put up. We're talking about stats, not emotion, Corey. It's like you got a lot of emotion over there.
Yeah,
and not looking at the production of the player.
All right. I'll give you an example. I guarantee the Falcons have given up more sacks than the Dallas Cowboys in the past 8 seasons. I guarantee you that we've given up more sacks in the past 8 seasons, depending on no matter what the team is. I guarantee you now the Commanders, y'all may be close to me in the last 8 seasons because y'all hadn't been all that great either. But what I'm saying is consistently against Lavonte and players like him in our division, we've given up more because our offensive line has been crappy. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you this then to switch it around.
Okay.
Where have y'all been as a running team in the NFL for the last several years?
Last several years, meaning 2?
No, let's go. We can go 4 or 5.
We ain't did nothing until we just got Bijan. Be perfectly clear now. And to be honest with you, I'll give you a great stat.
Well, wait a minute. Before y'all had Bijan, y'all was the number 1 running offense in the league.
With who?
With who was y'all running back? It was 2 running backs that y'all had back there, and that was the reason I said y'all didn't need Bijan because y'all was already number 1, and y'all went and got him anyway.
You don't even remember who it was?
I don't. It doesn't matter. Y'all had the number 1 running offense.
We did. Who
yes.
you talking about? The Falcons in our division? In
the league. In the league.
The league? Who? Who you talking about?
All right, I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Pull it. That was
it. When did Bijan get there?
This is his last year was the second season. We got Bijan in 2023.
2023. So 2022.
2023, 24. No, we got him in 2024.
24?
24 and 25. He's only been there 2 seasons.
Okay, 24. All right, so let's go 23 season. Leading in the rushing offense.
Who talking about? Carter, Robinson? Who we talking about here? Who you talking about, Kamari? We know Bijan, yeah. Tyler Algiers, they came the same time. Him and Tyler came the same time. We're finna lose Tyler, but I'm trying. I can't even remember who G talking about. He can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. Look,
he called the top running offense.
I'm sorry, y'all weren't top run. Y'all was. This says 9th.
Come on, man. What we talking about here? You talking about 9? Did I do it in the line?
Yeah, that's what they say 9. My bad.
Oh, it's about Patterson. Patterson and
Cordell Patterson. Yeah, Tyler IG. Y'all were up there, man.
We were okay, but Tyler he lost that. Patterson was what was he? He was a wide out term. We didn't even have one, and we ended up having we got Patterson because he was a wide out there, and we didn't have a running back.
All right, but my point is, y'all were a top 10 offensive rushing team.
Whoa! Don't go from number 1 to top 10. That's terrible.
So that mean he got to be talking to somebody. If y'all a top 10 rushing team,
that man went from.
I was off a little bit. Off on the stats a little bit.
So we was in 11. You were with the top 15.
Top 15. Look, y'all.
Okay. I'm being tough on it, and I might be a little bit biased because I know that my division is weak, and that's all I'm saying. Now, am I trying to keep him out? No, like I just said, G did a good job on convincing me otherwise.
Hey, one last thing I'm gonna say about this.
Come on.
Y'all were
In
top
20
3 in 21. I'm sorry. That was top 3.
In 27 career games against the Atlanta Falcons, Lavonte David recorded 206 tackles, 140 solo. It says 1 sack and 2 interceptions.
All right, but you hear all those tackles?
1 sack. You said your offensive line was terrible. 1 sack.
All right, one sack. Okay,
one sack in 27 career games.
How many tackles? I mean, how many sacks does he have in his career?
42.
Okay, 42, and we contribute to one of the 42. That's not a bad number.
Man, go ahead. Let's go on to the next subject.
But you just heard all those solo tackles and tackles he got. We was working. He just didn't get
1,500 total tackles.
Yeah, he got 1,512 total tackles.
And we contributed to, you just said 20% of it.
206.
That's 20. That's almost 20%. That's a lot.
That means that he's a tackling machine.
That means that we also, when one team has given you 20% of your tackles, that ain't bad. That's like come on now, keep it a buck, man.
You need to keep it a buck.
Yeah, I don't think you keep it a buck, Corey. Yeah. Hey man, let's give our wonderful sponsor, man, Cooking Dad Drink Reviews, a huge shout out, man. Cooking Dad.
You know, everybody drink responsible.
You won't want to take the opinion of a stranger. That type of advice is just not for you, because you're at that time of the day where you don't want to waste your money, and your plan is to throw back a shot or two. You're not necessarily an alcohol person, and picking out a brand is fairly new. If you want something to go with your burger, possibly a steak, then check out Cooking Dad's Drink Reviews. Remember, drink responsibly and click that subscribe too, and go with the one the crew and you trust. Cooking Dad's Drink Reviews.
Just like her.
Thank you, Cooking Dad, for being a wonderful sponsor of our first segment.
Our second segment. Thank you, Cooking Dad.
Segment,
Appreciate you, bro. I was on a Zoom call as well. I didn't hear nothing they said. My wife got to tell me what was going on. All right. So we jumped into, of course, the Joe Burrow and OG. I didn't get your opinion on that, man. Let's say your franchise quarterback. Are you okay with him out there playing flag football?
Injury prone Joe Burrow should not be playing no flag football.
Yeah, that man can't play flag.
Hey, Corey, go look at the clips for what happened to him while he's playing flag football. He wasn't just playing flag football. He was getting tackled. He jumped in the end zone.
What?
He's doing all kind of. Go watch the clips.
Then somebody from the front office need to be. hey.
But I'm saying this dude has been injury prone the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
Why you out here
honestly, since he's been in there, like he had 1 year since he's been in the league where he didn't get hurt.
So if you need to get your timing down with your receivers.
Yeah.
Not out here playing flag football.
How many games in this season do they have? About 10 games.
I don't know. Some fanatics or something he playing for football league, but yeah, he definitely does not need to be out there.
So let me ask you this: then somebody had to approve it, right? You just can't go out and say, "No, I'm finna play a competitive flag football game," or is this recreational? I mean, what is this that you guys have a problem with?
I think it's recreational because one of the points they made was he throws a pick six to a non-NFL team.
I think.
So did Donovan, not Donovan, but Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen. Yeah, Jalen threw a big one.
He threw two. He threw two. They said
in flag football.
In flag football.
So look,
why they play? I know they're saying flag football will be in the Olympics. So is that what they're doing?
I think they're getting ready for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
probably. We're sending our best players to play flag football.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Would you send the non-professionals first, and then if they can't handle, the other countries, then send your best like we did in
Yeah.
basketball?
Yeah, that's what I say, because to me it's unjust for these teams that has been playing flag football all these years, and now the NFL players are gonna come take over what they've been doing for years.
Yeah.
And trying to push for flag football to be an Olympic sport. So the first year you do it, you're gonna take away their privilege and send all NFL players.
And then what were they talking about? So they trying to make it from a 12-inch flag to a 6-inch flag to make it harder or something like that. They're trying to say it's more intense because you literally have to be, your hand-eye coordination has to be
top tier.
It has to be on point when a guy's running. I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference or not that we have to send our best to play a flag football game, but maybe. This is sort of like women's basketball with me, how y'all had to kind of bring me in on this. Is this something that I'm missing that's going to be the next wave here?
I don't know. Well, on the women's side, it's huge. And right now, it's huge in Texas.
Flag football?
Yeah, flag football for women is huge in Texas. And I think that is actually starting to get some traction now.
Y'all have, excuse me, y'all have flag football in high schools down there.
Yeah. Yeah. Who does?
Georgia. I seen flag football championships, high school championships for ladies.
Well, ladies.
Georgia Dome, in the Georgia Dome state championships.
Oh.
So flag football in high school.
Okay. I didn't even know that.
Here's the $1 million question for both of you. Would you pay to see this?
Would I pay to see what?
Flag football. I see somebody's face over there, but would you pay to play? I mean, would you pay to watch a flag football game?
Probably not.
Okay, I'll have to ask G. I saw that face. It took you a minute, but okay, cool.
Just to try to support it, I think I'll probably try to give it a chance. But I one game is probably I'll give.
That's all you give?
Just to say I did it. Hey man, I tried to support.
Women's or men?
Both.
You give them one shot. Okay.
One shot. Yeah, I give them one shot. And if they can pull me in that one shot, then they might have a fan. I'm a fan, but they might have a fan that will come back again and pay.
Is this a college thing? Do they have like college flag, or this is just semi-pro, pro, or whatever?
I think it was like semi-pro or something. Because remember the guy, and we had it on the show, maybe 2 years ago. The guy who complained about this was a thing 2 years ago, and he was like, "Man, I'm a better quarterback in flag football than Pat Mahomes, so it don't need to bring him. I done took my team to the championship several times, and so I think that's why I think is semi-pro.
We hadn't heard from that guy since then.
No, I think they brought that interview back up again when they started talking about the NFL players playing in flag football.
Yeah. How did we get on this? Oh, because Joe Burrow.
I'm sorry, I had some connection problem.
Oh.
Did y'all find out about college flag football in college?
No.
It says flag football is a rapidly growing varsity college sport specifically for women.
Okay.
So this is an intramural sport.
And matter of fact,
before the schools have varsity teams.
I'm not watching men play flag football.
Yeah.
I had to think about that. Wait a minute. Why am I watching? Yeah, I'm not watching men play flag football. I'm not doing that.
I love the 5-minute delay. He go, wait a minute. I just thought about something.
Yeah.
I'm not watching. Grown men get flag. Okay, so you out on the flag for the men.
Yeah. And the skull said, "Good question, great question. Y'all think he shouldn't have played in the Pro Bowls then too?"
Who played in the Pro Bowl? Joe
To
Burrow.
me, it's
Joe
a-
Burrow.
I don't think Joe Burrow played in the Pro Bowl though, but did he? Yeah,
But I don't know.
I
but
think
to
he's one of
me-
the injured ones.
Yeah, but to me, it's a difference because what they're doing
That's
now
your team.
is they're playing against non-NFL teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Trying to
represent
show
you
up
represent your
NFL
team.
players.
Yeah,
So
you
they-
represent your
so they
team
going
in
at
the
'em.
NFL. Yeah,
Yeah, they
that too. That too.
Now I will admit, I played flag football in it was after college. I may have been like 20, 25, 26.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. That's I don't have a problem with. I would play flag football now. I play flag football.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to go out there and play tackle football any longer. As a matter of
Right.
fact, my brother and I we tried to put together a football league here.
A football league, flag football league.
Yeah, no, it was actually tackle. We try to do tackle. I
Y'all
think
try to put a league together, really?
Yeah. I
Y'all
mean,
some pioneers.
yeah. So yeah, we were trying to do it. We tried to do a couple. We was going to do a putt league.
Get that. Go back to the football for me for a second.
Okay, yeah.
Well, how old were you?
About 20, 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Still athletic. Okay.
Still athletic, yeah. Still athletic, man. So that's why we wanted to play, tackle. It was
Like
we
park
still-
league or
park,
neighborhood?
park. Yeah,
Okay.
go to a park, man. Piedmont meters out there, and let's get out there and do a couple hitting.
No pads.
No pads, man. Like you did
You
back
going
when
back when you kid.
when we was kids. Oh yeah, that will bring the joy back, man.
Yeah,
Playing
yeah.
outside.
What happened?
We can get enough people who want to do it. People like, man, man, look, I go to work. We talking about I was working part time.
Right. I want to see how far that thing went.
Yeah. They couldn't get enough, man. And the ones that really, I guess really want to play, they actually was trying to play real football. They weren't trying to come out there.
All right, I'm gonna throw something out at you. I don't know if either one of y'all have seen this or have any interest. So my wife was on a kickball league. She was in a kickball league.
Mm-hmm.
Now compared to females football, flag football. If I like I said, I haven't seen, I think I may have seen a flag football game with women once, but I saw more excitement in the kickball. What do y'all think? Which one would you rather see? Kickball or flag football?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. And my brother say I'll watch anything, and sometimes I do. But in Rock Hill, South Carolina, on ESPN, they have like a semi-pro kickball league. That's co-ed.
Semi-pro. So
Right.
so that means there is a pro kickball league.
They actually getting paid. My daughter laughing at me, asking me why in the heck am I watching kickball?
I'll watch it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
She's laughing as she go upstairs. But no, what I was saying was, but this is not your traditional kickball. This is not no slow rolling up there for you to kick it.
Yeah.
I mean, they bring it. Yeah, she still laughing. Yeah, they bring it and they call balls and strikes.
Yeah.
Wait, so people miss? What? Like if you kick it out of bounds, or something that's a strike.
No. If it cross that plate, you don't kick it. It's a strike.
Yep. You can't just sit there and let it roll past you.
So people don't kick the ball when it cross the line.
No.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. It might not feel. You might not have a feeling for it. Like course, it may be bouncing to get there.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, and then now mind you, I'm not doing this to be chauvinistic or anything like that. Some of these girls don't have, like, if it's bouncing a little bit, they miss it, and then they don't have the best foot and hand-eye coordination. So it get the bouncing and you miss it, and then it kick behind it. But then you got some that will punt that thing to the outfield.
Charlie Brown out there, huh?
Hey, there's plenty of that. There's plenty of kick the ball, Charlie Brown, and miss and fall. That's a strike.
Okay. So is the ball a different size than the normal kickball?
I think it's a 12-inch rubber basketball. I mean, like not basketball, but rubber. It's a red ball.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had to buy one just so I can get with Kanisha. We were sitting there rolling because sometimes that little rubber ball will start bouncing on its own. Then you got some of these guys or some people that's rolling a bouncy ball. You know,
putting
some turn on it. But like OG said, if it go past that plate, it's a strike. If it touches the plate, strike.
Next time I see it on G, I'm gonna call you.
Call me, yeah. I'm interested in that. So I know it was huge for a minute in Georgia. I'm not sure if it still is. I don't know if pickleball has taken over the kickball, fanatics. But in that when Kanisha was playing, Corey, how exciting was it for you to watch?
So because I'm watching my wife, I'm watching their team play. Now this ain't semi-pro. Like I said, this is girls that got, like you said, they got to be at work tomorrow.
Okay,
you know what I mean. There was some funny things going on, and then there was some really competitive. Have you ever tried to? If you mistakenly stepped on a rubber ball, you fall. There's some incoordination going on here. But it was competitive. You know what I'm saying? It was. Okay. These are women that are. These are competitive ladies. This is like basketball in a sense, how they really tough on each other.
Yeah.
Some of them trying to hurt you with that rubber ball as best they can, but then some of them can't throw that well. So you're gonna get a whole lot of that. So I can only imagine what OG's talking about. But these are semi-pro, so these are the best of the best.
Yeah, and like I said, they're semi-pro, so they actually have other jobs because they can't depend on a whole lot of money.
Right,
so,
right.
When they come to kick, they'll tell you this person does this.
Yeah. Okay, they do that. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they kind of come on. I'm about to call you.
So we had to invest in, like I said,
knee pads,
thigh pads. He had a special.
Wait a minute. Why they got thigh pads?
Because they slide. Some of these you don't want to burn, thigh pads. You don't want to burn your butts and all that. Thigh pads, and then some of them don't want to get, because like I said, most of the time the hitting place is gonna be lower, between the back, mid, thighs, but that's where they're trying to throw out at you. Because
it's a rubber ball though, right? It's not like a racket ball.
No,
the racket ball. That thing, you hit you.
No,
it
ain't that. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, they hard rubber like that.
It ain't hard rubber. Okay, so
no. But in some of these, you got co-ed, and some of the men just going hard. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, they grip that bad boy.
It's going down.
Now you playing dodgeball.
There you go.
Okay.
So and then, like I said, some of them are trying to slide. Some of them, they do it as protection. So the short she had was, not just regular tights or whatever. Then you had to have the long socks, and sort of like a baseball shoe cleat. You know what I mean? Because you run on the red clay.
Right.
So and then we had to buy some balls. Some actually wore helmets because they didn't. I don't know why, but. Not a full helmet, but just to protect themselves from falling. I know y'all laughing, man. This ain't. But, so Kanisha didn't get a helmet. She didn't buy a helmet. She had a kickball cleats. She had a whole bag of. Y'all tripping, man.
So I got a question, man.
Yes.
I don't need kickball cleats. These are metal.
No. They had a hard rubber bottom on them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Welcome on, Phil. Welcome on, man. We talking about kickball, man. Did you know that they have semi-pro kickball and professional kickball, and in street kickball, recreation kickball, people wear helmets.
They all didn't have to, but I saw a few. It looked like a biker helmet. You know what I'm saying? Just for protection. Hey man, hold on, man. Don't do that, man. Some of them, they want to protect themselves.
Oh gosh.
Not all of them had it, but
man. That is. Oh man, that's hilarious, dog. That's hilarious. Uh, okay, so yeah. Kamari said they still have kickball in his neighborhood or his
Yeah.
community. So interesting, man. I would honestly, I would probably get into a kickball league. I think that'd be fun.
So okay, so let me help y'all a little bit more. It mimics, you know how when you watch ladies softball, underhand fast pitch softball,
Mm-hmm.
uniforms look similar to those, and then every now and then you just see somebody that just has, like the protective gear on the head. They just didn't
Right.
want to fall or something like that.
Okay. No tours. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's cool. Phil,
No
there.
tool, no man, no tool helmets.
Okay. What? Wow. I think they got dodgeball as well. Have y'all heard dodgeball?
Yeah, it's like bombardment.
Semi professional.
Dodgeball has been semi-professional though. They've been had that out for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
It might be at your local recreation center. You mean like just like how they got pickleball and you said what's that racquetball?
Racquetball.
Yeah, they'll have it.
Interesting.
They'll have it.
Interesting, man. Interessante, man. Great topic. So no for OG on his starting quarterback. No for me for my starting quarterback playing flag football, but okay for Mr. Corey up there, man, playing flag football.
Now, I'm gonna say this and now get off of it. Now, like OG was saying, if you up there, doing flips and trying to get tackled and all that, then yeah, I'll have somebody from the front office come and talk to you. But if my idea was just for you to get your timing right, and stay loose, then I would say, yeah.
But you get your timing right with people that ain't in the league with you. Ain't
I don't have
playing with
nobody
you.
right now. I don't have nobody in the league right now. You gotta play dodge.
Corey.
Yes.
What about the fact that, like I said, they're playing against some teams that are not NFL teams?
That's true.
So they coming at him to prove he ain't good as he is. Cause I'm not even in the NFL. I can do this to this dude.
You're gonna look bad. You're gonna look bad. You better play well.
Better play well. You better play serious. Don't better playing around.
I'll be the first one. You can't catch. You can't. I'll be hollering and stuff. You terrible. I'll throw you on the bus before I let you do me.
Kamari said, man, he want to see his starting quarterback playing flag football.
Yeah, everybody go, it's all like this old saying I got. Y'all ain't gonna like this, but it's all fun and games playing around to somebody get poked in the eye. So it's all fun and games. Yeah, you say I wouldn't go out there and play. Then as soon as they get hurt and they out for the NFL season, the first thing people will say, "Why in the world was he out there playing flag football?"
Yeah. You poke me in the eye. Oh.
If you get that's a tough one, man. You get poked in the eye, man. That's the time to take a drink. And when you take that drink, man, go see Cooking Dad drink reviews, man. He'll tell you what drink you need for that eye. Cooking Dad drink reviews. Cooking Dad.
Everybody drink responsible.
You won't want to take the opinion of a stranger. That type of advice is just not for you, because you're at that time of the day where you don't want to waste your money, and your plan is to throw back a shot or two. You're not necessarily an alcohol person, and picking out a brand is fairly new. If you want something to go with your burger, possibly a steak, then check out Cooking Dad's drink reviews. Remember, drink responsibly and click that subscribe too, and go with the one the crew and you trust. Cooking Dad's drink reviews.
Thank you, Cooking Dad Drink Reviews, for being a wonderful sponsor of all three of our segments, man. End of Skull asked a question about the flag football. He said, when was the last time somebody got seriously injured from something like this, though? Come on, y'all.
They always get injured. Injuries happen anywhere, any kind of way.
Yeah.
Now
when the last time somebody got injured on a doggone jet ski? That ain't something that always happens. But then when your quarterback does happen, now you look at him crazy, like they did to Deshaun Watson.
Facts. The Achilles injuries, man, they happen, when nobody expects them to happen on just on a going backwards. I mean, when you're trying to run, who was the kid for the 49ers? He was going onto the field and tore his ACL.
Navarro Bowman.
Yeah, he just coming back this year, right?
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. Super Bowl. After he playing, like he was going right back out there.
Man, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, man. And I think I'm messing his name. I don't think it's Bowman, but we all know.
You know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think he's in Denver now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when Fred Warner was like, "Oh my God," he started crying at the Super Bowl for his friend. But to answer that question, honestly, they're fluke injuries, like OG just said. If you get poked in the eye, or if somebody trip you up, somebody playing too hard, it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
It can definitely happen. Let me ask y'all this: as older statesmen, older gentlemen, have you ever had something just hurt and you don't even know why?
You don't know why?
Yeah, like if you're just trying to get up off the couch or getting out of bed, or
that can happen. I've had my back hurt in the morning just putting on a pair of pants.
Okay, that's a great analogy.
Yeah, but
I'm not putting
I ain't gonna talk about it now because I know where I'm hurt now. But
yeah,
things can happen. The older you get, your body just ain't the same.
Ain't the same.
Y'all always beat me up by all the time.
Kamaria said all his aches and pains are explainable. Mine, not all mine.
All of his aches and pains are explainable. So Kamari.
But Kamari's he's like 35, 36.
So Kamari, when you get a headache, why is your head hurting?
You know what I noticed? So when I use, like I said, the mouthwash at night, when I wake up in the morning, I have a headache. I don't know why.
Are you spitting the mouthwash out?
Yes, I ain't drinking it. I got a hangover. No, man. I don't know why, but mouthwash, and I'm like, man, I was trying to figure out why I was waking up with headaches, but man said, like, you might want to ask, are you drinking it?
Kamari said, lack of sleep, lack of hydration, but most important, because of my employer. He knows where his headaches come from.
Gee, let me ask you, did you ever fall working?
Yeah.
Fail. Okay. Okay. I remember one time I failed, right? And then I called in and I told Albert, he said, so what you want me? He said, what you need? I said, I don't need nothing. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. And then he was like, so what's the problem? I said, a 40-year-old man fell, slipped out of the truck. It's raining. I fell on the ground. I had laid there for a second and gathered myself.
Yeah.
But it hurt.
It hurt. Yeah. It's different, man. Falling in your older years. I've missed the step going up into the truck, and you hit that shin.
Oh, it hurt.
Boy.
And then,
oh man,
did you scrape it?
Oh no, I hit that thing flat on. Wow. Oh. Like I thought I broke my shin, dog. Yeah. But yeah, no, you get older, man. Things hurt just because, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I putting on my shorts in the morning or whatever I'm putting on, man. I gotta put my hand down. I can't even put both hands down to put them on, man. I gotta just stick one. Back just don't bend far enough, man. You either gotta stretch it out to get started, or it just don't. Corey Tree. Mama.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good right there. That's pretty good. Corey and advertising. That's all right.
Yes, I fell over 5 feet. Yes, I did. You know that because when you and Kamari that walked yeah. So yes, now that was a terrible fall.
Yeah, that was different. That's more than the fall.
I fell and I hit some pallets and then I hit the fence.
Yeah.
And I strained my Achilles, so on my foot it was black on the bottom.
Yeah.
From the heel to the bottom of the foot, and
that's explainable. Yeah, that's an explainable injury there. Yeah.
Definitely explainable.
That's
I ain't
definitely.
gonna talk about no fall, but I had a stupid fall, but I'm not gonna talk about it on this show.
No. Go ahead. So my wife was like, "Why was OG changing?"
I'm not gonna do it. You know how I sat back. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not going to incriminate myself. I'm pleading the fifth on that request.
Was that your worst fall?
Oh heck yeah!
That's my fault. Okay, that's your worst.
Oh yeah. That had to be. That had to be. I don't think I've thank God I've ever had a fall that's been extremely bad. Like, yeah, I've been blessed in that aspect. So,
yeah, that was stupid on my part. But yeah, that's the worst fall I've ever had.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and say it. So nobody's gonna say make the same mistake I did. So for those of you out there, my hemoglobin was low, so I was feeling kind of woozy. But this night I felt a little bit better, and I had a chirping smoke detector in my bedroom, driving me crazy. So 2:00 in the morning, everybody sleep in the house. Instead of me getting the ladder, I got this chair I've been standing up in for 20-something years. Got up on that chair, reached up, got woozy, tried to grab hold of something, couldn't find nothing to grab hold to. Down goes the OG. Later on that afternoon, I was in so much pain, went to urgent care in the emergency room, found out I had 2 broke ribs. Worst pain I've ever been in my life.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that was absolutely stupid on my part.
Oh man, Kanisha felt so bad for you, but then she had to go like into wife mode. Hell, what's he doing? You know,
hey, that's the same thing my wife said after, because when I hit the floor, I screamed out and knocked the breath out of me. So after she helped me get up and get in the bed, I was hurt. She said, "What were you thinking? Why were you doing this?" And then at 2:00 in the morning.
That thing was really good on your nerves.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, you know how smoke detector when the battery goes dead?
Yeah.
Does that bother y'all?
If it's in my bedroom, every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I bother Kanisha. Don't bother me.
That tears me up.
You sleep through anything.
Like a baby.
Yeah, I walk around the house sometimes trying to find which one it is.
Yeah. and you know, it seems like it takes forever to beep when you get up to it. You be like,
yeah, because you think it's in this room. Standing there. Dang, ain't in that room. Now I gotta go to another room.
That can be that can be a good skit for you, G. I know you've been making us some good content if y'all have been paying attention to it. Oh man.
So we started this conversation out with Achilles. You know, Achilles can happen, man. And Tiger Woods just came off his Achilles from last year, and he played in his first tournament, and it happened to be the finals of the NGL, LGL,
TGL.
Yeah. And so, great game. Well, in the beginning it was, and then Los Angeles just wouldn't miss anything. I mean, they were hitting the lights out of that thing, man.
Wait a minute, what are we talking about? Golf?
Yeah.
Yes.
We talking about? We talking about Tiger? Crazy.
I don't know. He just said, I don't know what he's talking about. You know,
TGL.
It's not hitting.
Yeah, the TGL, man. So that's the indoor golf tournament, golf league that they've started up, man.
Oh, the electronic.
Yeah. So Tigers team, and juveniles, or not the juveniles. What are they? The Jupiters against the Los Angeles.
Jupiter, Florida. Los Angeles. Yeah.
So help me out, guys. This is a new thing. This is a electronic golfing. Is it
second season they've been doing this?
Second season, man.
So I think they say the screen that they hit into is like 12 stories high.
It's super dope. I mean, the way it looked, man. It's an indoor golfing facility. I mean, they got the same sand there. You got all your traps out there, man. You got your rough. Yesterday, one of the Tigers teammates hit the ball in the rough, man. So he had to go drop his ball in the rough inside the arena, and he dropped it, man. Couldn't even see his ball.
Yeah,
wow. Okay.
Yeah, so they make it as real as possible, man. OG, tell me about it, bro. Tell me what you think.
I mean, to me, he came out, I guess, hitting the ball a lot better than I thought he would.
Mm-hmm.
His first shot was just a putt that he missed, but then the second time around, he hit his second shot, the 3-wood, I think, 270 something yards. So he was, he was swinging the club pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So electronically, you said 270 something yards. Is that legit? A legit 270 something yards?
Yeah. So what they do is they can show you his ball speed and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
So that's how they judge. That's how they judge how far it's going. So in actuality, like you were saying, there's big screen, so they hit it. You can hit the ball, hit the screen, but it's like the ball is going through the screen onto the course.
Mm-hmm.
So remember when I told you Kanisha took me on Father's Day to that little it's a bar, but it's like electronic simulation golf or whatever.
Yeah.
But it didn't have the roughs like you were talking about with it. But electronically, it hit what looks like a sheet. Now on the sheet itself, because it mimics a sheet because it has to take the impact of your golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
But you telling me that this is gonna be the new wave of golf to keep guys in, like Tiger Woods, from having to not walk, or why was this league created?
I guess it's created to have more interest in golf. So when they don't have, I guess, like doing kind of like the off season or something like that. Now sometimes they play between tournaments too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to keep the interest going in golf to me, because some people like it, some people don't. Both my brothers don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I think it's very interesting. I sit there and watch it all the time, when I know it's on.
Okay.
And you doing it? You got it's in a stadium, so you got people in seats, watching, and then you have people on the field. I saw a couple of celebrities out there, on the field, on the field of play, watching, kind of like you do when you're at the Masters or another event. So it's very similar. I think they do an excellent job of making it look as real as possible. Like OG said, man, it's for them to keep their rhythm as well. Go out there. It's like practicing inside, So you don't. Only thing you don't have to worry about is elements. You don't have the wind factor. You don't have rain. The grass being wet and stuff like that. So you don't have to deal with that type of stuff. But I think it's good. But OG, I wanted to ask you. Tiger hasn't played all year. And so he's been a coach / cheerleader all year for the team.
Right.
And he decided to come and play in the finals after not playing all year.
I think what happened with that, though, I don't know if he's going to originally play in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the team members had a commitment with one of his sponsors to play overseas.
Oh.
So the third team member wasn't available for the championship.
Okay.
I don't know if Tiger was going to play anyway.
Mm-hmm. I know they said he was thinking about playing, but that probably made the decision for him.
Yeah, it made the decision for him because the third team member had a commitment that he couldn't be there on Tuesday. The final.
So he didn't come and just take somebody's spot because he owned the team.
No. Yeah, he was like you said, he was the coach.
Okay.
Yeah, he was, and it's probably on the team that actually had a coach, and I guess you Tiger Woods, you go be a coach. But yeah, I think what I heard was that was the reason why he actually played. Like I said, I don't know if he's planning on playing anyway, but he was kind of pushed into it because that team member had a commitment.
Yeah, I know he was thinking about it. He was talking about it, and he wasn't sure. But if that teammate wasn't there, I think that, like you said, that forced him into, well, this is, I guess I have to play with y'all, man. Like you said, he hit the ball well. His putting wasn't as great as he needed to be, and so that comes with not putting and not playing for real, in a while, man. And so he missed a 5-footer, a 5-foot putt, man, to keep the game,
Keep the
tight.
momentum with his team,
Keep the momentum with, and it was all downhill after that.
Well, let me ask you, what manager or what you say is he the captain or he was the manager?
Well, technically, I guess you could say he's like the captain, but he was the only captain out there that wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all the other teams had 3 members.
They have
So I
4.
was there. Jupiter had 4 because he was there in that capacity. And I get it, because even though he's not playing, people still tune in because it's Tiger.
Because Tiger, yeah. And so Tiger said he's thinking about playing in the Masters, this coming up, next. Oh, what is that, OG?
You're not ready for that. I mean,
You're not ready for
he's walking better,
but you can still see it.
But I'm not sure
he's ready.
I think he's gotten better.
He's gotten better, but he's always gonna have a limp. Like there's I don't think there's a amount of physical therapy that he can have that's gonna fix that limp. I think that's something that he's gonna have to just deal with for the rest of his life.
Is the limp from the knee or the hip, or where's the limp coming from? What?
It's from the leg injury that he had from the accident he was in.
The accident.
Car accident.
Yeah, his leg injury in that accident was severe.
Yeah.
Very severe.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it's from. I don't think it's from his backstory. I think it's more of the leg injury that he had when he had that accident. And he hadn't been the same since.
So let me tell y'all, as far as when y'all were bad shot. When y'all were talking about managers playing, in baseball, now it hadn't happened in the modern day. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm watching the Hawks.
What I'm doing.
I'm a color, but like the manager technically can play in baseball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why they got the uniform on. Now they run out of players, but it hadn't happened in the modern day game. But they started as the player manager. But they always wear the uniform because they are technically the last available player that could, actually suit up and play.
Okay. Hey, I know you just went into baseball real quick. I don't know how many of these topics we'll cover, but real quick, I know you're the baseball head. Wait, I saw there's a new rule today. Where if they don't like a pitch, people can touch the helmet.
Yeah.
And they can review it and see if it actually was a ball or a strike or not.
Yeah. So the only thing I hadn't looked up is how many times you can do that, how many times a batter can do it.
Didn't they have that already before? But it not the
minor league. They had it in minor leagues.
I thought like the manager can come out and
argue balls and strikes.
Yeah.
So they had it, but I don't know. I don't think the batter could do it. They could. Yeah, like I said, if the manager is sitting there, and I think they could look at it, but now they can argue balls and strikes. Sort of like how in tennis can have it, where they to make sure that you're in, but they're doing it now. If you watch baseball, they have that what they call a strike zone for that particular umpire. Every time you see that square, it's actually cued to the umpire that's behind it. This is his strike zone. This is normally what he called balls and strikes.
Okay.
So to make it fair, if somebody throws it and it's in that where you normally call it, you know what I'm saying, and you didn't call it that time, then they'll get it. So the player can now say, I want it reviewed.
So if you've been calling this all game, you can't switch it up now.
Yeah, or this is how you call balls and strikes. So let's say if you're an umpire versus me, you're 2-1-2 or whatever. So then your strike zone is going to look a little bit different from mine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So your view versus how I view a strike is going to look a little different. You might have to get a little bit lower than I do, but your idea of what strike zone is, it's going to still be similar. It's not going to be off, but Yeah, they're gonna go with G. You know, this is what you call a ball. This is what you call a strike most of the time, or 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know all the rules to it, but yes, the batter can now argue balls and strikes. So I don't know if one person can only argue one time, but I know they can now.
Okay.
Didn't mean to soundtrack it.
No, that's good.
Big shot. Dang.
We could probably beat up.
All right. Well, man, look.
How ahead are you than me?
Oh, you look. We ain't got to. You ain't got to argue about this, man, because our show is over.
Hey, wow, like that.
Oh, cut it off. You got something? You got something else?
No, I just gonna ask y'all real quick. Did you want to? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with the choices you made on who you picked to win, men and women?
Hey, Brad,
what's happening so far?
So far, yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty good.
I was about to say, did something happen? Because when he do that, something doesn't happen.
No. That was just one of the topics. No, nothing happened.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, well, there's some of that stuff to Sunday. Yeah, we got a lot. We still got a bunch of stuff to talk about.
Sunday, the Big 16 to be over. They be in the League 8, and League 8 be over.
So I want to make sure we cover what's the young lady from the coach from Syracuse that was, she said that they for the past, I think.
Oh, yeah, they paid UConn for the last 3 tournaments.
Yeah. And
then
she said, yeah. But then she said, but in the past 12 years, they've always had to go
through them.
Yeah. And they just want give me another spot to give me another chance. We understand who this is.
We tired of seeing them.
Yeah. And then she was saying, and she was being fair because she used Don Staley also. She said some of these teams, they know they gotta go up.
Yeah.
Just put me down at the bottom. Let me see them later. Let me get another chance. Don't put them up on me first,
Yeah. Yeah.
And one last thing, I told y'all on Sunday what Hollywood gonna do against Jazzy. Jazzy had 12 points.
Yeah.
Had 12 points. She had 15, but she had 12 against Raven.
Okay. Yeah. We said she's gonna be on her. They're gonna put her on her. Yeah. All right, man. Great show. OG, they asking for the hump day, man. I didn't do a good job of it, so they asking, can you do the hump day, bro?
Well, yeah. Before we leave today, everybody want to get to this NCAA tournament, men's and women, but you gotta get past this day on this here show with the crew and you. And today is better known as Hump Day.
Yes, sir.
There y'all go, man. I'm sorry I couldn't do it like my dog, the OG, man. Hey, man, we appreciate each and every one of you all rocking with us. OJ, I appreciate you making an appearance, man. Good show, fellas. James Littlejohn said, man, no hump day. Hump day, yay! Dub Fat Sack said, man. My dog Phil Harris, my own boy Michael Wolf, Roddy Littlejohn, NF Skull, our wonderful sponsor, Cooking Dad Drink Reviews, man, and anybody else that was out there. We appreciate you all rocking with us, man. Make sure you put your name in the chat so we can recognize you, man, and say what's up to you. This is an interactive show, man. We always want to say what's up to you, man. We love y'all. I ain't put none of, look, I wrote all this stuff down, man. I ain't put this up not one time. Did all that. Look, all this good information. Yeah. All this good information I put in here. God,
look. Oh, Joe Flacco agreed with the Bengals.
Look at that, man. That's good. God, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Remember, keep your head on swivel and keep God first. We'll see y'all on Sunday at 8 o'clock, man. We are out, man.
Hubert Davis, we ain't talking about Hubert.
Yeah, I thought there's a lot to talk about, man. We love y'all. We out. Peace.
Oh man, okay. Look at all this good info. Oh, look at that talk. Oh, the Seahawks. Let me see. The Seahawks open the university in Australia. Listen to this. I'm sorry that we're giving y'all all this now. It's finna be cut off real fast.